So with Hillary about to hit Southern California, I figured I would make a little video to tell you guys what you could expect and what you should do in the aftermath in certain regards. So it's been a while. So down here in Texas, we get hurricanes quite a bit. So here's what you guys should expect. First of all, a ridiculous amount of water. Now, everybody's preparing for the water damage. Everybody's preparing for the floods. Everybody's trying to prevent all that. Yes, that's nice and well. You're still going to have some water damage. But don't forget the winds. The wind's going to be blowing. Roofs going to be flying off. Fences are going to fall. It's inevitable. You're going to have areas that are going to be without electricity or water for 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks, depending on how your grid is set up and how your companies are. Hopefully, they're not as bad as they are in Texas, and that way everybody gets restored quickly. Not to mention, despite this video, I really hope nobody gets hurt, and I wish everybody their luck and a speedy recovery once the storm passes. So keep that in mind. But another thing you can worry about is you might get some hurricanes. Or you're getting a hurricane, you might get some tornadoes. Hurricanes do create some situations where tornadoes are going to hit, so best of luck with that. But more importantly, things are going to be flying around, damage is going to happen. It's inevitable, there's nothing we can do about it. But the aftermath of the damage, this is where you need to start being careful, because everybody's going to be running and everybody's going to be calling contractors. Contractors are going to have months of wait time before they can get to you. It's inevitable. Odds are, if a contractor sees you the day after the storm, you're going to hire them, because if you don't hire them that day, you call them the next day, they've already got 10 customers ahead of you at that point. But you don't want to hire just any contractors. So when you're calling a company, I would recommend you do your research ahead of time and have a list of people, somebody who can do roofs, somebody who can do fencing, somebody who can do interiors. Get a list of people and see who you can call that's reputable after the storm, so you can be in touch with them, so you're hiring a good company. You're not just hiring somebody who's going to be knocking on your door, because you will find that. You will find people knocking on your door. They're going to say they're going to do restoration, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, whatever the case may be. You have to be careful, okay? I'm telling you this because we see it down here all the time. People don't prepare, and the day after the storm, everybody is calling contractors frantically. And I mean frantically, trying to get anybody to come and fix their stuff. And they'll hire the first person that walks through the door. That person's going to take a deposit right then and there. He's going to tell him he's going to be there in a week. He shows up, starts working, then bails because he realizes he underbid the job, and then you never see him again. So I want you guys to be very, very careful out there in California, because we in Texas, despite all the joking and everything else, we actually do care about you guys, because you are human beings and you are American after all. You might not be Texan, but you're Americans, and we love you no matter what. But just do that. Any contractor you hire, make sure you check their credentials, make sure they're reputable. Also, insurance companies. You're going to be dealing with insurance companies. Now, the problem there is, what are you claiming? If you're claiming damage to your roof and your interior of your house, absolutely 100% deal with them. And in that case, if you have damage to your fence, add that fence to that insurance claim, because what that's going to do is it's going to kind of eat up your deductible a little bit, and you'll have more money to pay for the rest of the stuff that you got to fix. Now, if the only damage you have is to your fence, do not go to your insurance company. The reason is, they're going to treat it as actual cash value. If your fence fell, odds are it's an old wooden fence, and they're going to come over and say, okay, well, your fence fell, it's going to cost you $10,000 to replace it, but your fence is 20 years old, so after deductible and aging it, you're really not getting anything, but you still have a claim against your insurance. Congratulations, you have another claim. If you've already had another claim, your rate is going to go up. Now, if you have a cinder block fence or anything like that, call the insurance companies. Those things are $400 or $500 a foot in California. Absolutely have a claim on that. I'm specifically talking about if you just have a simple picket wooden fence, the odds of your insurance covering that fence are slim to none, because the cost of that fence and what you might get for it after your deductible is going to be, you might get $1,000, you might get $2,000, but your fence is going to be way more than that to replace. So keep that in mind. Again, I hope everybody's safe. I hope you guys survive. And just make sure you guys have a lot of water. Make sure you have a lot of, make sure you have some batteries, some flashlights. And if you have a generator, get some fuel. Make sure you have enough fuel for a few days. And again, just stay safe and just keep out. Like keep out, keep protected, stay indoors. And hopefully we'll see you after this is all over. Have a good one.